Good morning. Let me adjust. So good morning, everybody. Happy cold
late January.
AF. Happy to see everybody here. As Maura gets going, we are super excited. We have Sharon here with us today. Sharon is one of our team members. She is joining us. Tracy is out right now, although she is joining us live by watching us live, not so much being here with us.
She's critiquing
yes, she's
us.
Going to critique us today. But we also have behind the scenes, we have Maura, our producer and our marketing manager, with us today. So we are super excited. It's nice to have company. So I'm not here doing this by myself, and I'm super excited to have Sharon with me. Sharon and I work together a lot, so if you've met me in real estate, that means you've most likely met Sharon as well. So Sharon, welcome. How's your week been going so far?
Well, it's been a cold morning walk with the dog,
Yes.
and so glad for Christmas. I got a wonderful Canada Goose fur line.
I hear those are the best ever.
Wind resistant. It's just yummy.
Yes.
You know, and we try to do our 1.5 mile walk every morning and in the afternoon again.
Girl, mile and a half in the morning. Woo!
Yeah, it's
good for you.
Yeah, but that coat makes me warm.
Yes,
so.
I need that. I think even when it's 60 degrees outside, because I freeze anything under 70. But yeah, and you're gonna need it this weekend. So I'm hearing. I'm hearing all kinds of things, but I'm hearing it's for today. Wind chill. It's supposed to be in the 30s, but with wind chill, it's supposed to be in like the teens. Snow, what is it, Sunday they're calling?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if it snows, put out those snowball fight videos, those snowman videos, igloos. Would love to see someone build a great igloo. Make sure to put those out and tag Focus on Nova so we can take a look at them. What do you have planned this weekend? Anything exciting? I'm obviously going grocery shopping at this point.
No, I just every so often a group of girls, we get together and take the dogs for a walk someplace on a hike. So we're hoping to do that and it's not too cold.
And your Canada Goose, you'll be fine.
Be just fine.
They won't be. You'll be fine.
And the dog's always fine. She
Right.
wears a fur coat all the time.
Right,
so,
right.
You know, but I was chatting online with my son and his girlfriend, and they live in Incline Village, Nevada, and they had 5 feet of snow, and it was still snowing.
No.
We're just hoping for 6 inches.
You know, I'm hoping for 70 degrees. I think that's not going to happen, but that's what I'm hoping
Now
for.
let's have our one snowstorm,
yeah,
and then we can go to 70.
Okay, I'll give you that. But that's
I
all
just
I'm
love
gonna
it.
give.
I mean, our neighborhood comes out. You know, everybody, the men are snow blowing the street, and the kids are going, stop, the school buses. Oh, we don't have school buses. You know, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's cute. Well, for all of those who love snow, I wish that we get lots. For those of you who are like me that don't like snow, I wish we get a lot, and then it goes away very quickly. How about that? Maybe I'll do that aspect of it because I'll be nice. So this weekend, go to the grocery store, I guess, but let me get there first.
Milk,
so
egg, cheese, and butter.
So I can get mine. But yeah, so we have, even though we might be looking at staying in this coming early week because of the snow, there's a lot happening in Northern Virginia that we have found. So opening February 1st, I'm really excited about this. I don't know if you've ever been. There is Shop Made in VA is opening in Alexandria on February 1st. Now this is the sister store of Shop Made in DC. So that's right over at the wharf. Have you ever been out?
No.
It is so nice. So think of it is this one store where everything that is in the store is made by local artisans. And I mean, it's the range of everything. You have home goods, you have candles, you have jewelry, you have some clothes, it's artwork, it's fantastic. So I'm super excited to be able to really support those Virginia local artisans. So Shop Made in VA is opening February 1st. For those foodies, I know you probably already know this because this is big news. So Jollibee is coming to Landmark. What is Jollibee? I had to look it up. I didn't know what Jollibee was. So Jollibee is an internationally renowned popular Filipino fast food joint.
Oh.
And when I say internationally renowned, I mean like international chefs, really renowned chefs, love it. Huge foodies. They are so excited about it. So we are getting one that's going to be coming to the Landmark area. So that is something super exciting.
Now, when you say the Landmark area, is this the actual mall? Where are they? I know they're redoing the mall, and there's
They
lots
are.
going on. And
Yes. So yeah, so that whole area is really being redone. So it's right in that area. I know one of the things that they were even talking about with Landmark recently is, I mean, it's constant for decades at this point, right? It's been going through all these changes, but they are really kind of, I don't know if put their foot down is the correct phrase, but they're really focused on it this year. And one thing I even heard is that there is going to be some type of expansion with Innova doing something over there. So funny you should ask. We will be looking into Landmark development a lot closer coming up on our development updates. But Jollibee is going in, and it is part of that larger development area over there, which is going to be completely different, you know, if you've grown up in the area of what it's going to be.
well, it was the shopping mall in the '70s for me.
I know. Right.
And you go downstairs, and it was kind of spooky downstairs because there are little shops over in these corners that you had to walk down these aisle, you know, back in these alleys. And so.
Not anymore. Not anymore. So, something else. So if 2020 wasn't bad enough, we had murder hornets, we had coronavirus, we had all of that. Well, 2021 is bringing us Brood X this spring, which is that 17-year cicadas. So we are going to be inundated with that. Now, here's something interesting that I will be very curious to see, and I think it'll be telling. And I know last time we had this big brood of cicadas come through, the food industry really got into it. They came out with all these dishes and entrees and appetizers that were bringing cicadas. I mean, you were eating cicadas. So I think it'll be telling as to how many people were for it, because if it comes back this time around or not. But so yeah, this spring, Brood X. 17-year cicadas are going to be
And
descending.
dogs and cats like them too.
Well, high protein, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
I
going
mean,
to
to
try.
me, cicadas is always the sound of summer. You just hear
Mhm.
them chirping until they're like falling on your head.
I know. There's a
So.
limit as to how much I want falling on my head. So, something other exciting thing happening this weekend is the Spy Museum is opening back up. So now it moved out of the area over by the Verizon Center. And it's opened in its new spot, and it is going to be open on a weekend only schedule for right now. But it's great, you know, that's just one more thing that you can get out and do because it's indoors. Other news that I have found more along the development line, there's actually two different things on the development line. So the first is over in Reston, the soon to be former Fannie Mae campus. The developers of that area are pushing and looking to be able to add in about 90 new townhomes into that development. So they're going to be keeping the offices and everything, but they do want to bring that in. So that's something that may be coming. It's going before the board for them to decide, and then obviously would be open up to public comment. So that's something. And then on the broader scale for Northern Virginia, WMATA, they met last week or so, and they say that they are still on track for the Silver Line Phase 2 to open July 1st. Now, the thing that's going to be really interesting is obviously there's a funding issue because people are not riding the metro right now because of COVID. So they are still, you know, looking at what those financials are, but they said that as of right now, they're set to open July 1st, which is going to be huge for development.
Sure is. Pop way out to the Ashburn area, on out to Leesburg, you know, Percival, all those areas, you know, we'll be able to come in and hop on the line right there at Dulles Airport.
I know.
You know, get into town in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and there's so much development that is in the works because of those metro stops. So I don't think it's going to completely alleviate our inventory shortage, but you know, it's definitely going to help just with once those developments get going, and it's just going to make it a little bit somewhat of an easier commute from those areas. Some other things that I also found is that Fairfax County Public Schools just took on their first of what is going to be 8 electric school buses. There's going to be a total of about 50 school buses in Virginia that are going to be electric. So that's something interesting. And then 2 new stores or new openings that I found. One is the Now, that is an Ashburn massage joint, and that's opening out, kind of focusing more on that holistic aspect of massage and stuff like that. And then the second one is over in Mosaic. The Boardroom Salon is opening, and that is actually a salon just for men. So all kinds of grooming, so men can now have an excuse to go pamper themselves as well. And then let's see. One other big thing that is coming is for those of you who have electric cars or Teslas or any of that sort. So there are electric charging stations now in Idlewood Plaza, right over by the Terra Thai. There's 8 stations that are over there that have just opened, and then coming online in the future this year, there's going to be another station setup area over in the Tysons area, and then also one in Fairfax City on Route 123. So that's going to be coming later this year as well. So everyone can plug in and keep moving along. And then last but not least, in transportation, we online a couple weeks ago, we went ahead and we did a deep dive into all of the development that's happening for along I-66, both inside and outside the Beltway. Well, this weekend on Sunday, for those of you who are a little bit further out west on 66, out west meaning the Nutley area, so the Vienna area, just outside the Beltway, there's going to be a new temporary ramp. So if you are on I-66 eastbound, so you're headed into the city and you want to get off at Nutley Street, you're going to have a new ramp system right there. And that temporary ramp system is actually going to be in place for 18 months.
Wow.
So get ready for that.
That's already been a difficult getting used to the other one where, they took it off at Countryside. And, that was my little cut through to get to Oakton. And, to get away from the traffic and not have to go down Nutley and all that. And then they took that away. And it's just like, well, all these new things.
I know. I've lived here my whole life. And there's some days I go out on the roads and I'm like, wait a minute, where am I? So I find that especially on 66 when I'm driving, because I think, you're just so used to driving those roads. But now with the trees being taken down and so much construction, I have that kind of split second when I'm driving that I'm like, did I just miss my exit?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Rarely do I get on 66 off of 495 because of the traffic.
Right.
And I did the other day, and I'm getting up toward the Nutley exit, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, where is it?
I know.
They've added a
it just
couple of left lane exits, which always throws me off.
Yeah.
I know. Yes.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've been on Nutley Street trying to get onto 66.
And you're over to the right.
And I'm at the right, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, again, I did it again.
Well, it's just like the one on 123. When you come across and you're so used to just scooting and everybody getting around and just getting right on. Well, now you got to pull over, you got to stop at a stoplight, you got to wait for the traffic to go by, and then you can turn to get on.
I know.
I guess it's a good way to stop traffic from just flowing on, and it gives it a break.
It is, right.
But
once
still,
it's done, which 2022 is when it's supposed to be done, I think it'll be great. It's just, it's the growing pains. Teaching us old drivers new tricks is not as easy, but it can be done. So we will get there. All right. So moving in. So that's kind of a little bit of news that I found for this week. But we have lots of stuff that went up online this past week that we want to draw your attention to. But first, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to adjust my screen so Facebook can see it a little bit better. Give you a quick market update as to what is happening and what has happened in the real estate market over the past week. So, as you can see, these are our numbers just for this past week. This includes Fairfax, Arlington, Loudoun, Prince William, and then the cities of Alexandria and Falls Church. So you can see that we have new active listings are down slightly, not by much. We had about 447 new listings come on, pending settlement. So that means that they were active, they have accepted contracts, and they are going through the process of settlement. So we are also down just a smidge of at 511, down from 554 of last week. But closed deals, this is where you're really seeing kind of people who would have gone under contract during the holiday season are now coming into that closing time frame, and we have 440 have closed in this past week. Now, again, that's expected because people that are closing would have ratified during the holidays, so it just takes that much time. But overall, year over year, this week from last year, this week we are up. So those are the numbers, and in every category, we're up in every single category from last year. So the biggest thing is, we had ratifications this past week, and it's tricky. It's tricky for buyers
because it's most of them are multiple offers,
right?
And prices are being questioned, and contingencies are being questioned and removed, and escalations, and it's exciting when you win, which Lynn and I did.
I know. You have to be
couple.
Yes, you have to be educated. You have to have a good strategy in play. And
know how to talk to the other real estate agent, and have a conversation with them.
Right.
And make sure that your buyers are educated on what's happening today in the market, and what we need to do to put together a really solid offer.
Yep.
One that will be picked.
Yes. And coming up, we have that we're going to get to in a second, some good strategies for that. So what we have this week happening on Focus on Nova. So you can go onto focusonnova.com and you can catch all of this information that we are putting out to you. So first and foremost, we spoke with 2 local designers to talk about home design trends, both those that are in and those that are out. There's about 8 on each side. So as we're all cooped up this coming week because of the snow, you can take a look and maybe start to kind of prep your home to get it on point for upcoming trends. I constantly change my house. Sharon, you and I were talking, and you said you like to get it done, get it set.
Moved in 91. I'm not sure I've done a lot of changes since then.
Yeah, I am.
Kitchen, bathroom, master bedroom, and I did paint the house.
Yeah. No, so I think my husband might wish I was a little bit more like that. Every season I'm like, what can we do different? What can we change? But I do have to say, with the house that we're in now, I've kind of got a more set tone to where I figured out my base, and I'm going to keep it that way with just little touches of change every now and then. But I'm very into home design. I was actually really surprised to see what some of these ins and outs are. So I highly suggest jumping on and checking those out. See if your home's on point or not. I actually had a friend of mine, when we posted this, she got in touch and she was like, "Oh my gosh, well wait a minute, I'm doing kitchen colors. Help me choose a kitchen color now based on that." And I will say that coming up in February, I am going to do a deep dive into color trends. We kind of talk about it a little bit with this one, but we are going to be talking about the color of the year and then other color trends that I'm seeing.
Which, it's important for us because our buyers always ask, well, if I repaint, what color should I paint? Or sellers.
Right.
I mean, sellers are like, getting their homes ready for going on the market in February, March, and they all want to know what is the color right now. And,
Yep.
So it's good to know a go-to color.
Yes, and that'll be coming to you soon. All right, the other thing that we did, which is going to help out buyers, is we went ahead and broke down some tips on homework that every buyer should be doing before you preview homes. So that's before you even step foot into the home, some items that you want to take care of to make sure that it is a home that you do truly want to go see. So that's up on our website this week as well. And then we also went ahead and we took a look at a $910,000 single family home in the Arlington area, broke down those numbers. So you can really see what it is that you get for that price, what that mortgage payment looks like, and gives you an idea. I mean, I know these are really popular videos that we do. We do them all over the Northern Virginia area, so it really gives people
It's a little
great
tidbit.
idea.
It's just a little tiny
Mhm.
bit. Doesn't take long to stop and listen.
Yeah, they're usually only like maybe 3 minutes. So super short, super sweet, super education. All right, then what we have that is going to be coming at you this coming week. So some important and exciting information for people. First and foremost, we have put together by our producer Maura, we have the top 10 things that are going to be happening in February for you to get on your calendar to check out and entertain yourself. We also are taking, I'll let you take this one. So this was one of our clients, one of our purchasers.
Yep. The area is called Herndon, but they also call themselves Oak Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And our buyer went in, fell in love with the neighborhood.
Great neighborhood.
Just right on the border of Reston and Oakton. Easy to get into 66 and Dulles Toll Road, Reston Avenue, and it backs up to an area called Difficult Run, which is it's got a creek system way back in there, and it's the kids can go out there and play in the woods, and there's bike paths and walking paths all through there, just like most of Oakton.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of places in Herndon and Reston also have.
Yeah.
Home features, big, huge bedrooms upstairs.
Yeah, it's a great space.
Real big master bath. Just lovely. The basement is set up with a bedroom and a full bath. It does have full window downstairs.
It does, yeah. It's nice.
And you just have to be careful for what the septic is allowed.
Right. So, yeah. So when it comes to buildings,
yes, yeah.
But yes, so we went ahead, took a look. So this home is at the $790 price point. So we went ahead and took a look at that. Broke down those numbers so you can get an idea as to what a mortgage payment would be like on a home like that. We also are going to be talking. We had Ed Jones, CPA, come in, and he gave us some tidbits on if you are an investor and you are thinking about selling your rental property. I've actually seen a lot of investors who are actually looking to go that route. So surprise, surprise, whenever you sell anything, there are tax implications. So, and with tax season coming up, it's important to know what those implications are going to be. So he kind of broke down that information for us to give to you so you can make the best decision when it comes to your finances. The other thing I also want to point out, which I don't have a slide for, but Tracy is sending me messages. Actually, she's sending me text messages that I can see to tell me to not forget to talk about. We are going to be also going over some upcoming Black History Month events that people can get out, get involved in some fashion, whether it's in person or online, virtually. So that those events. And then we do have there's one Focus on Nova sponsored event that I'm very excited about, that we have talked about before and are going to get into. But first, we have our buyer and seller seminars. We actually don't have any this weekend, but we wanted to put it out there. So we have every third Saturday in the mornings, we have both a seller and a buyer seminar. And then the second Thursday of every month we have a buyer seminar in the evening, and then the third Thursday of every month we have a seller seminar in the evening. I know it's a lot. It's amazing that I just remembered all of that off the top of my head without messing up. So definitely go on to focusonnova.com/events. You can go ahead and take a look. If either you are interested in buying or selling and learning more about that, you can register. Or if you know of somebody who's just been kind of talking about it and they don't know what they wanted to get some more information, a family member or a friend, by all means send them the link and they can sign up as well. It is completely free. And we're just there to give you guys the education on it. This one I'm excited about. So we have on Monday, February 1st, we have our Masters Monday. Now, Masters Monday is a partnership between Focus on Nova and Village Drive Village. Tracy and I are on the board of that nonprofit organization in our neighborhood, which is a fantastic organization. Have you heard of Village Drive Village?
I have, yes.
Yeah, so it's great. Just the work to keep the seniors active and social is wonderful. So we are super excited to be able to continue that with these Masters Mondays. And on Monday we have Bob Levy, who is a former columnist at the Washington Post. He's going to be talking to us about kind of that golden era of Woodward and Bernstein at the Washington Post, Katharine Graham. He's also going to talk about his new book that he has out, as well as, and that kind of gets into kind of like what journalism looks like today and how it's changed and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. And it's an interactive talk. It is open to anybody. You can go on to focusonnova.com/events and register there. Again, it is free. We are also going to be streaming it live on our Facebook pages on February 1st, Monday at 7 o'clock. So that's something really excited that's coming up as well. And then, what other events are happening this week? So I found a couple good ones. Most of them, obviously, are virtual. So, do you like poetry?
Beowulf?
Well, there's going to
Shel
be...
Silverstein?
Right.
There's too many kids in the
Well,
town.
how about this? Do you like poetry slams? So, Busboys and Poets, in conjunction with a nonprofit group, they have a Dear COVID Poetry Slam that is going to be happening on Saturday from 6 to 8. It is virtual, so it's something fun. It's people getting up and it's like an open mic night where people get up and they do poetry or readings or anything like that. And it's going to be interesting because it's all about their experiences through COVID. So it'll probably run the gamut of emotions, but something interesting. Also want to say that there are still so many restaurant weeks that are happening. So all of them have some takeout form in place. So go ahead, go online. I know with
many have, heat facilities located outside, so you can still do a lot of outdoor dining.
Yeah.
The wind,
I know.
that's got a little bit of an issue with tents.
Right. This weekend you might want to go the takeout route. But yeah, there's so many restaurant weeks happening, and there at this point are hundreds of restaurants across the region that are participating. So really great opportunity. And maybe if I don't make it to the grocery store, that's how we're going to be eating this weekend. I don't know.
You have to have delivery.
Yes, that's true. So, and then another thing is DC Improv is hosting 5 for 5. So that is where for $5 they are having 5 comedians get up and do stand-up comedy. It is all on Zoom, and it's happening tonight at 8 o'clock. So if 8 o'clock rolls around and you're bored, DC Improv, for $5, you can see 5 stand-up comedians online.
Fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I mean, we all need something to laugh about these days, so why not? And then hockey is back in season. Super excited about that. And while we're not super excited about the fact that you can't go and sit in the stands and cheer on the Caps, you can participate by their virtual game day. So this is something that has started. They actually used it a little bit with basketball. The basketball games with NBC Sports is where it's kind of this second virtual world to where you can interact with other fans. You actually get to see, kind of go behind the scenes with those pregame activities. So it's kind of like you're there, but you're not. you're there virtually. Yes, you're there warmer, and you're nice and socially distanced. So that is something else that people can look into, to where if you want to if you're really, really missing being in the stands for these games, it's the virtual game day. You can jump on.
Well, a little plug, and I was just looking to see if I could find it really quickly, but the coach at Madison High School posted something on Facebook today about the 16 and under hockey team that came in first place, I think is what it is. And I'm not real sure because I breezed at it really quickly
Right.
this morning. I didn't know that we would have a
Right.
spot for hockey, but
Yes,
anyway,
no, I
it's
just
pretty
came across
exciting
that
to
one.
see youth hockey really making it big in this area.
And it is.
It's really
I know
fun.
a lot of people who whose kids are really super into it. I
And they already have all the face masks and everything else. So
They
they're,
do, right?
it's an exciting sport.
Yes, it is. It is. I have the two boys, 14 and 16, and when they were younger, they both really wanted to do football and hockey. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, can you pick any sport that has more equipment? So I nixed both of those because and my excuse to them, I was like, we don't have a good enough dental plan for those two sports. But it is. Hockey is getting to be huge in this
Exciting.
area. You're seeing more facilities. That was one of the big reasons when mine wanted to do it, is we were going to have to drive out pretty far, and we already had enough going on. So, but that's really exciting for the team.
Yeah, both
So-
boys and girls.
Yeah.
So it's real fun.
Yes. All right. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for joining me this
Yes,
morning,
it's very
and
nice.
Laura behind the scenes.
Woo.
Thanks for being here. So my name is Lynn Narusis, and Sharon Ayers with the Focus on Nova team. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay super warm. Get to the grocery store, but don't buy everything. It's only going to be snowing for 3 days.
Don't forget those carrots for the snowman's nose.
Oh yes, the carrots. That would be lovely. So, all right, have a great day. We'll see you back here next Friday. But in the meantime, don't forget to check us out on our social media accounts and focusonnova.com, where we're going to be still bringing you lots of things that are happening in Northern Virginia, as well as the latest on real estate news. Have a great one.
Bye.